As a WeatherSTEM user, you have the ability to set up alerts based on your own criteria through the Personalize tab and the Device and Events option within your WeatherSTEM account. Before we can create an alert, we need to review the four basic components of the WeatherSTEM alerts: the device, the event, the message, and the macro that brings all of the pieces together. The most commonly used platforms for the devices are the device bundles, emails, push notifications, and text messaging. To add a device, click the Add Device button on the right-hand side of the web page. A new line will appear in the device table. To name the device, simply click on the field and then confirm your name with the blue check mark. Next, select the type of device you're going to be using from the drop-down menu. Provide any additional information such as the email address or phone number for the different type of device you will be using to receive the alerts. Once you have saved all the information, make sure to confirm the device so you will be able to receive the alerts. If you have any questions about setting up the device bundles, please refer to our step-by-step video. It is easy and important to activate the ability for a device to receive the National Weather Service alerts for a location or multiple locations. If the alerts are currently disabled, they will appear with a red highlight and turn green once enabled. Once active, a new tab or pop-up window will appear and allow the user to configure the alerts for any station within the WeatherSTEM network. To select stations, scroll through the list and click the box next to the station name. After you have selected the location or locations, scroll to the top of the window and select the Close button at the top of the screen. A list of the selected stations will now appear underneath the named device, and if an advisory, watch, or warning for severe weather is issued by the National Weather Service for that particular WeatherSTEM location, the information will be sent to the device. The events are the criteria that you use to trigger your WeatherSTEM alerts. There are two different types of events within the WeatherSTEM platform: forecast and sensor. The first step is clicking the Add Event button, which will populate a new row in the Events table. Make sure to name your event, as you will continue to add events based on your needs. After you have entered the event title, click the blue check mark. In this example, we are going to set up an alert for when the sustained winds are forecast to reach a critical threshold that would suspend certain tourist activities on the property. Select Forecast under the drop-down menu. A forecast alert is based on the threshold set for a particular variable. Once you have selected the event type, location information will populate under the configuration column. The location may be a county or specific set of WeatherSTEM stations based on how the account is linked. Click on the arrow to expand the list of WeatherSTEM unit locations. Once you have selected the location you want to create the alert for, click the arrow to expand the list of sensors. Select the anemometer, which is the unit that measures wind speed. A dialog box will appear that will ask you to provide the forecast wind speed to trigger the alert. For this example, we are going to have the WeatherSTEM platform alert us when the forecast sustained winds reach 15 miles an hour or greater at the main Blue Lagoon anemometer. The alert also requires a window for the forecast. In this example, the number 6 translates into the alert being triggered if the criteria is met within a 6-hour window. Once you click Set, a pop-up window will appear to let you know that the system has saved your event. In this example, we are going to set up a sensor alert for wet bulb globe temperature. Many states and professional organizations require measurements of wet bulb globe temperature to be recorded before and during outdoor events, such as high school sports and marathons. Depending on the value, a color-coded flag identifies the potential danger and precautionary actions that should be taken to limit the impact of the heat stress. The WeatherSTEM system actively monitors and forecasts values of wet bulb globe temperature. Similar to the forecast alert, select Sensor under the drop-down menu. Once you have selected this event type, information for locations will populate under the configuration column. The location may be a county or specific WeatherSTEM stations based on how the account is linked. Click the arrow to expand the list of WeatherSTEM unit locations. Once you have selected the location you want to create the sensor alert for, click the arrow to expand the list of components for the location. The standard options include the console and the ISS. If there is other equipment installed at the location, additional options will appear, such as garden and soil instrumentation or water temperature sensors. Select the component to see a full list of variables. For wet bulb globe, we will select the ISS option. Click the box next to wet bulb globe temperature, and a dialog box will appear that will ask you to identify the specifications to trigger the alert. Our example criteria is going to be when wet bulb globe temperature is reported greater than or equal to 87 degrees. Once you click the Set button, a pop-up window will appear to let you know that the system has saved your event. The next piece in creating the alerts is the messaging. Messages should convey important information. While drafting the message, consider who will be receiving the event message and if you need to develop more than one message for the same alert. If the alert is to be displayed through push notifications or text messages, the message should be kept short. Longer messages can be displayed through email alerts. To create a new message, select the Add Message button. Make sure to name the message, which will be important when we get to the next step in the alert process. Under the content, you can type the message or copy and paste it into the text box. The final part to creating an alert is the macro. The macro pulls together the three previous pieces to create and send the user-defined alerts. To get started, click Add Macro. Make sure to give your macro a name since you will more than likely be creating multiple alerts. Select the event from the list of forecast and sensor alerts you developed based on your own criteria. Then select the message you want to be tagged to the alert and identify the device you would like the alert to be sent. To finalize the alert macro, select the minimum number of hours that the alert will repeat. You have now completed the macro. This will send the alerts to your defined confirmed devices. You can use the same alert criteria to send messages to different groups. Under the name of the macro, you will see the option to define the hours of operation for an alert. The default is for the alert to always be on, but you have the ability to change when each alert is active. Click on the hours of operation underneath the name of the macro you wish to change. A pop-up window will appear to help you configure the active hours. You will notice that all of the days are currently displayed with a green box. If you click on a box, it will turn red, indicating the alert will no longer be active on that particular day. Underneath each day, there are two boxes that allow you to pick the hours of operation. In this example, the lagoon is closed on Monday, so we will leave the box we just selected as red. On Tuesday through Thursday, the hours are limited, so the alerts only need to be active from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. During the weekend, the hours of operation run from 8:30 a.m. until 6 p.m. Once you hit save, the pop-up window will disappear and you will be taken back to the main menu. The hours of operation are now listed underneath the name of the macro and can be edited at any time. If at any time you need to remove a device, event, message, or macro, on a Mac, right-click on the name and select Delete. If you're using a PC, use Control right-click to delete the item.